Liverpool nil, Chelsea nil. Yes, people, wife boy, and I'm calling this match El Midico. What a shocking display of quality. As always, if you love football-related content and match reactions, make sure you subscribe down below and let me know your thoughts of the match in the comment section. I'd love to hear if you're a Liverpool fan, Chelsea fan, or any other football fan. And Liverpool fans in particular, stay tuned because a video coming out tonight is all about your football club and how I believe you need to address that midfield. So talking about this game, man, I was going into it, I can't lie, despite both teams being mid-table, with quite high hopes, I thought it'd be a really entertaining clash. These teams have both had fairly consistent injuries that has limited their first team potential, but there's still some good players in there. But I was unpleasantly shocked, man. That game was so poor to watch. Throughout the pitch, there was no quality whatsoever. I think defenders came out on top, but it's not like the attackers were really penetrating to the point where I thought, oh my God, I can't believe they haven't scored. You look through that team, it just shows two clubs that are just riddled with issues, injuries, from back to front it seems, and a draw doesn't really suit either team. If I pull up the Premier League table, I mean, we've got Arsenal, Man City, United who have looked decent this season, Liverpool in 8th and Chelsea in 10th, both on 29 points, but Liverpool do have a game in hand. I mean, if you ask both teams, both fans, both players, managers, whatever, neither will be happy with that display. It's shocking, to be completely honest. It is completely shocking. You can't have teams of the stature of Liverpool, Chelsea, who spend big money, have big fan bases, be sitting so far off the pace with teams like Fulham and Brighton ahead of them. It just can't happen. I think both clubs need to really look at themselves and get some business done this January. For Liverpool and for Chelsea, I think they need to stop with the business and start figuring out what's actually going on in the club. They're trying to fix it with money. All right, you've lost a game, we'll buy this player. You lost a game, we'll buy this player. You can't just keep adding players for every loss you have. Sometimes you actually have to look at the squad and fix the problems that are there. You can't just start plugging gaps with money here, and everywhere. It doesn't really work like that. That's why I think they need to improve, to be honest. And like I said, a draw doesn't really suit either team because I'm guessing both the aspirations are Champions League, because I don't think Europe will be good enough. I think for Chelsea, I'm going to be completely honest, I'm gonna say this, come out and say this. Chelsea, I think, will do well if they don't go in any European competition. They need to do what Arsenal did, where they're out of everything. Not Champions League, not Europa League, not Conference League. Nothing. Give Potter more time on the training ground with this group of players. He's got a lot of new ones coming in, like some Murdyk, Badashay, Noni Madueke is coming in, etc. He's going to need time with these players. So I think being out of Europe will actually be a blessing for them next season. So for them, I would actually recommend they don't go into Champions League. They don't go into Europa League, Conference League if they can't make the Champions League, which is what it's looking at right now. Liverpool, on the other hand, they need to make Champions League football. 100% need to make this competition. If they want to keep tabs with Man City and keep like the players they've got around, the Salahs, the Luis Diaz, for example, they've still got Virgil van Dijk, Robertson, Trent kicking about. If they want to preserve those talents and carry on their run, competing with Man City, they need to recruit big in summer. And the only way they can recruit big is if they stay in the Champions League. Because if they're not in the Champions League, I'm sorry, they're not getting the top players. Those players will end up going to clubs like Arsenal instead and Manchester United, who are making a resurgence and actually look like clubs on the rise, whereas Liverpool right now look like a club on the decline. So for Liverpool, it is pivotal they get into the Champions League. But performing like this, they aren't, man. Like, Anfield used to be a fortress seasons gone by for the past few seasons. Right now, no one fears going to Anfield anymore. You'd think Liverpool at Anfield nailed on 3 points. Doesn't matter who they play, they're getting 3 points. Nowadays, it's not even a tough game. I thought at times Chelsea were better today. I think the big chances fell to Chelsea. Fell to Murdyk. Havertz scored, of course, it was offside. But I honestly think Chelsea were decent on the counter-attack this game, and probably between the two sides deserved the victory more than Liverpool, and it does say a lot. Let's talk about some of the new signings because Chelsea got abundance of them. I'm going to talk about Mykhailo Mudryk. Those of you that have been on this channel before know that I am an Arsenal fan, so I spent a long time talking about this man, and I came out and said that I really do rate him. I think he's a top quality footballer, and today he showed a lot of things for me because I did analyse him specifically when he came on the pitch. That's probably one of the reasons I actually watched this game, to watch Mudryk. One, he's very raw. Very, very raw. Technically, he's gifted. Athletically, he's gifted. You see a player there. You see someone that can take people on one-on-one, twinkle toes in the box, can beat players at a whim, and that's not something you can really teach. His ability to take on players and beat them is top quality. But his end product is looking poor. There's a couple of times today where he just completely snatched his finishes. And another thing which does really annoy me is he doesn't run back, and his tracking back in defensive kind of pressure is poor. He doesn't really press. He doesn't really track back on defense. He walks a lot of the game. He really needs to improve that because I saw that a few times then. I'm sure Chelsea fans and players would have seen that as well. That's not just me saying that. Yeah, so Mudryk, he needs to fix that up. terms of defender though, Badashea, I believe his name was, from Monaco. He was solid, man. He looks really, really good. I think next to Thiago Silva, he looks great. I honestly think Chelsea have struggled to find a proper partner next to Thiago Silva. I know they've been playing like this back 4/5. I mean, I had Cucurella and Lewis Hall in the same team. I think Lewis Hall becomes like a inverted centre mid type vibe, even though he's like been playing left back for a lot of the time. So I think they need a proper partner next to Thiago Silva. Ideally, someone young next to him, because we know Thiago Silva's a bit up there in age, but he's still a quality footballer that can read a lot of things and read the game perfectly. I think Badashea looks like that. Really solid player. Against Crystal Palace, I'm not too sure. I didn't really watch that game, so I don't know how he performed. But today when I watched him, he looked solid, man. He looked composed on the ball. He looked calm in defending. He looks like a really top player there, so that's really good in on their behalf. But I do think Chelsea, look, they brought in a lot of players. Do they need to buy more players? I really want to say no, but they do need to address that midfield. Like, they've signed Murdyk, top player. They signed Noni Madueke, another top player potentially. But they're both attacking players. When are you going to fix your midfield? Because right now you're a polo. You got nothing in the middle, man. Jorginho, too old. Kovacic, where's he at, basically? Loftus-Cheek, I don't trust him. I don't trust Gallagher. Where is that midfield? They need someone in there. I know they bid 55 million for Caicedo. Brighton say he's not for sale. Why are you willing to spend 100 million for Mudryk, but not 120 for Enzo Fernandez? Now, I'm not saying that Enzo Fernandez is probably going to be the answer, but he fits you more than Mudryk does. I feel like Chelsea just maybe got Mudryk out of spite for Arsenal because they didn't want Arsenal to get him. Who knows, man? But Chelsea, I don't want to encourage them to spend any more money, to be honest. I'd honestly deal with the players they've got right now. But if they were to fix one position, stop the attackers, stop the defenders, get a centre midfielder in there ASAP. Talk about centre midfielders, that's exactly what Liverpool need as well. You saw it here today, their midfield does not have legs, man. They've got this Stefan Bajcetic guy. Honestly, young player could be good, but I'm going to make this point later in the video that I've already recorded that's going to be out tonight, talking about Liverpool and how they need to address that midfield with potential players like Matheus Nunes from Wolves and Jude Bellingham. They've either got too young players or players that are too old. Like, it's Milner and Henderson with Harvey Elliott and Bajcetic. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no one that's ready right now. Like, there's no world beaters right now. No, like, 25, 26-year-old that's going to do so well right now. It's either 30-year-olds or teenagers. They need a blend right now. And because you can afford to do that if you're a growing squad, a squad in transition. But Liverpool aren't that. They're trying to go back to chasing the Champions League, the Premier League. They've still got the squad that only 2 seasons ago won the Premier League. Only season before that won the Champions League. Their squad's still there. They can still compete for maybe 1 or 2 seasons max. But they need to address and update that midfield because it is holding them back. But yeah, overall, in terms of this game, what can I say? It lacks quality completely. A draw probably is the fair result. 0 goals scored is the fair result because both attackers did not have a great day whatsoever. Let me know your thoughts on the match in the comment section down below. Whether you're a Liverpool fan or Chelsea fan, I'd love to hear it. Liverpool fans, stay tuned for that video tonight. I'm going to be dropping. I honestly cooked. I was speaking so much facts about your football club coming from an unbiased standpoint as well, since I am an Arsenal fan. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Make sure you subscribe. I'm to 2,000 subscribers if you're new around here. I've been Wifey and I hope to see you all in my next video.